Pranayama helps in restraining and regulating breath. Rhythmic breathing calms down the mind. Swami Vivekananda explained this through a story in which a minister made his escape and descended from the tower by means of a rope and silken thread, tied to a beetle with honey smeared to its feelers. Pranayama helps in restraining and regulating the breath. Breathing and the functions of the mind are closely connected. Whenever the mind is disturbed, breathing becomes irregular. Rhythmic breathing calms down the mind. Prana on the physical plane is connected with the functioning of the mind. By controlling prana on the physical plane, the waves of the mind are controlled. This is pranayama. It is said in the Patanjali Yogasutras that pranayama destroys the ignorance caused by our past karma. It must be noted that though pranayama is an integral limb of yoga, it is according to Patanjali a psychosomatic means for a spiritual end. When pranayama is practiced under the supervision of a competent teacher, it conduces to good health, but when practiced haphazardly and unscientifically, it may lead to mental and physical disorders. So, one has to practice it with great care. Swami Vivekananda explains the role of pranayama in attaining perfection, in his book Raja Yoga, through a story. CWL/143. There was once a minister to a king. He fell into disgrace. The king, as a punishment, ordered him to be shut up in the top of a very high tower. This was done, and the minister was left there to perish. He had a faithful wife, however, who came to the tower at night and called to her husband at the top to know what she could do to help him. He told her to return to the tower the following night and bring with her a long rope, some stout twine, pack thread, silken thread, a beetle and a little honey. Wondering much, the good wife obeyed her husband, and brought the desired articles. The husband directed her to attach the silken thread firmly to the beetle, then to smear its horns with a drop of honey, and to set it free upwards. She obeyed all these instructions, and the beetle started on its long journey. Smelling the honey ahead, it slowly crept onwards, in the hope of reaching the honey, until at last it reached the top of the tower, when the minister grasped the beetle, and got possession of the silken thread. He told his wife to tie the other end to the pack thread, and after he had drawn up the pack thread, he repeated the process with the stout twine, and lastly with the rope. Then the rest was easy. The minister descended from the tower by means of the rope, and made his escape. In this body of ours the breath motion is the silken thread. By laying hold of and learning to control it we grasp the pack thread of the nerve currents. And from these the stout twine of our thoughts, and lastly the rope of prana, controlling which we reach freedom.